Hi, I'm Brett, and this is my wife, Kim, and we've been attending Summit for just over 7 years now. What drew us to Summit was a friend of mine I was working out with at the time. He said, I'm gonna be baptized. Would you like to witness this? And Kim and I said, yeah, we'd love to come. And so we dressed up in our suit and tie, our Sunday's best, Kim and our daughter in their dresses.
Stuck out like a sore thumb.
We did. As soon as we walked in the doors, I loosened my tie. They kind of breathed a sigh of relief, and we got to witness our friend's baptism. But in that, we were exposed to really cool worship, and we didn't know what to think at first, but we were blown away so much so that after that weekend, the three of us left in awe, kind of confused, but in awe.
Kind of a backstory to that too. Our daughter was very young at the time, and we were losing her. It was getting to be a struggle to get her to attend service with us on the weekends. And she came alive here. This was something she could relate to. She could relate to the worship music. There was activity, there were things to do, and she got focused again on church. So it was an easy decision.
Yeah, so when we came back the next weekend, we were at home. We came in obviously a little bit more casual clothes, but we were at home, and that's how we were introduced to Summit. So Kim and I owned, it was a millwork company, but a cabinet company for about a little over 10 years. I started getting this overwhelming sense that we should probably do something different. I kept telling Kim, I'm not sure that we're glorifying God in what we're doing. Not that we're bad folks or we're doing anything wrong. I felt that maybe as a family we needed to take a different change, or maybe that God had something different in store for us. So that went on for probably close to 2 years, and finally I said, Kim, I can't do this anymore. I cannot do this anymore. What we didn't know is we didn't know how long God would have us in like a holding pattern. I actually applied for unemployment. And I remember one time telling Kim with an unemployment check of $425, I said, you mean we're gonna tithe on this? And she said, yes, we're going to. And he gave me this stern talking to. We're gonna do it. This is what God's called you to, and we're gonna do this. I got approached by a church out of the blue. We'd like you to apply for executive pastor position. And I told Kim, pastor, what is this? I mean, we didn't understand at all. Another church called and said, I was like, what is going on? The third church that called was Pastor Steve. He said, I want to take you to lunch. And I said, great, let's go to lunch. I thought he wanted us to do a little bit more, me to do something else with construction or help work on the building or anything. And I love doing it. And he met with me over lunch, and he said, we have our life group pastors moving on. We would like you to fill that spot. And I was just like, God, you are kidding me. This is the third church in a row.
Yeah, how cool is that? How many opportunities in a lifespan do you get where God just keeps knocking and says, are you listening? Are you listening? You know? If I could encourage anyone to give, it would be just to start somewhere. God is faithful, and He shows you that I will meet you. I will meet you more than halfway, but I expect your obedience. The sooner you do it, the easier it becomes, and the more you see His provision, and it becomes easier and more natural, and a way of life. It's a way of life to give to His kingdom. It's His. It's not ours, it's His. I mean, you're giving back to Him what belongs to Him. I would encourage anyone to jump out there and do it, because there's a whole lot of peace on the other side of that giving.